All right. Let's have a conversation, man.
Uh-huh.
We love hip hop.
Burns, the return.
I might even be a pharmacist. The city had that keep the fire.
Yes.
Quick fast, yo. Are you, when you go into the booth now, because you've been doing this for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Are you like just zoning out now, or are you still like learning while you're in the studio, or now you just go in there just knock shit out?
The funny thing is, I do go and knock shit out, but I am learning. The funniest thing is I'm learning some new shit about myself when it comes to recording. Like I think I'm like too ahead of myself in a sense when it comes to recording, you know, because not for the music, like even these songs you guys are hearing now, the songs I recorded like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's old music, but but the process of how I record fast.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes me a while before I release it. But yeah, man, I think I've been now. It's like I could just bang it out, but I'm learning some new shit about myself and the booth, you know.
Okay. Well, we're gonna get into it, man. Another episode right here. It's your boy Friday Ricky Dread. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to the sponsors also, Astro Pink. If you know, you know. Check them out on their website, myastropink.com, or on Instagram, astro_pink. Scene. I got a gentleman that we had a conversation about 3 years ago.
Yes.
We got to get into the mind of this gentleman and get the full story, but I feel like this full story never ends. You know what I'm saying? There's always more pages to be added, right? So I always like to tap in and get an update from some of our We Love Hip Hop alumni.
Yes,
so with no further ado, we have Billy Burns in the motherfucking building.
Yeah.
What's poppin', family?
I'm here, fam. You don't know. Shout out Friday Ricky Dread and the whole We Love Hip Hop, you know?
Scene. Yo, so
thanks for having me again, guys.
No, thanks for coming through, King. So let's get off top. Like, you know, we're getting near the end of the year. You released the Legends Don't Burn album, right in the beginning of November, right?
Yeah, basically last about end of October, yeah.
And, you know, you have a few music videos that dropped. What's the biggest highlight of this year so far? And there's been a bunch of festivals and things like that have been going on. So, like, even just being outside again and all that.
Yeah, for me, to be honest, one of the biggest for me, it's I just got my pardon.
Okay.
So, you know, I got my pardon, you know, I got my passport 2 weeks later. So the new year coming, we're about to hit the globe for real. Yeah. Go pick up some bags, go set up some connections, go, you know?
Yeah. So
know?
let's stay on that, fam, because, you know, for a lot of us who are in this hip hop game, especially like who come from the streets,
yes,
getting your pardon is a big deal. It allows you to open up way more doors. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, just if I could just delve in a little bit, what was the initial thing that you had to get the pardon from, right? Like, I know I'm waiting for a pardon from my burner charge from years ago.
Yeah. My case was, you know, back in 2006. You know, me and my nigga over there, and another brethren, but you know, he's not my brethren really no more. But you know, I got caught with grenade launchers and a whole bunch of guns, and yeah, it was a different type of you know.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. And I don't say it to glorify it, but you know, it's just the past. It's what it is. It is what it is. You know.
No, that's wild, fam. So, what's the pardon process, or I guess now they call it, for the people who don't know, it's called a record suspension.
Yes, it's two things. It's the pardon, and then you could get a expungement.
Okay.
So after the pardon, what happens is a few months later, you get an expungement. And with the expungement, what that is now, they remove your fingerprints and all that from the system. Yeah, so, you know.
They remove your fingerprints from the system?
Yeah, so you know how when you get charged and when you go to jail, they have your fingerprints in the system.
Yeah.
When you get a pardon, they remove your record, the expungement, they remove your fingerprints.
Wow.
So now they don't.
You're putting me onto game right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to stay on that, because that's fucking, for me personally, that's interesting because that's some
Have
shit
you
that
been
I
out
gotta
of
do.
jail or have you been out of trouble over 10 years?
2011 is when I came home. My warrant expiry was 2014.
Also, 10 years after that then.
Okay, so 2024.
You should be, yeah.
Now, with somebody who's also experienced, and for a lot of people in our audience who have experienced having like a firearms charge, the blood test part, does that get erased too?
No, well, it depends on your charges. I never had them charges.
Because they had to take DNA.
Yeah, well, it depends on your charges. Again.
Burner charge.
No, not for me. When me, I did what they did though. Because me, I got raided, right? But what happened is they came to the jail and took my clothing to check for gun residue. They did that shit. But yeah, I never, like DNA is more like if it's robbery.
Okay.
So if it's robbery, guns involved in robbery and certain type of charges, then they might be like, okay, yeah, we want this guy's DNA or we want that. But me, no.
Yeah. Well, that's dope, man. So that's gonna open up you being able to go to the States and all that.
Yeah, I could go to the States right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I could go to the States right now. But me, I don't just jump in. I used to be like that, like, yo, book a flight now. But now I'm just setting up. We're just setting up 1, 2 little connects. Got a 1, 2 little shows in Germany. Gonna hit up Florida, then try to make my way back around. Like try to just go different places. But I don't want to just go there to go there. I want to go there, get a bag, do some real shit, then come back.
Go there with a plan.
Yeah.
So you dropped also November 11th. I seen here on
it's
Spotify.
November 11th. When I had it October, but it's November 11th.
You dropped Legends Don't Burn.
Yes.
Right.
November 11th. Yes.
So tell me about the direction that you're taking lyrically with this, because I've been hearing your music for a while.
Yes.
But I feel like you're taking a different direction when it comes to the lyrics. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're right. Actually, I'm trying to. From day one, I've always been trying to spit positivity. Yeah. Always. I'm from the streets, but I always try to show people, I came from the streets, but I never glorified it, even when I was in it. I just ended up in certain situations because I felt like I had to make certain decisions and all that. But, it's like, now, always I've been trying to push the positive, but now I feel it's even more needed because, even on the album, I have a track called Kill Drill. And it's like straight, like, I want to kill drill. I'm like, get this drill shit out of here.
Yeah.
Because enough of these youths, they don't even understand it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I definitely am changing how the content, which it's been the same. I can't say I'm changing. It's been the same. It's just I'm changing, I guess, the delivery.
Yeah.
The delivery, how I deliver it,
Yeah. And tell me the importance of like even keeping it lyrical, because you didn't really like bend to a lot of the different styles and stuff that have come over the years, like the auto-tuning and stuff. Like you've dabbled, but like you're not. This album, I don't hear that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? It's because I feel like as an artist, you could like, go wherever like the music takes you per se. That's what I try to do. But most of the time, I'm really just trying to keep, like give it that raw emotion. You know what I mean? And my raw emotion is more like, just raw passion, and you know what I mean? And when I hear a beat, and sometimes I make the song before I even hear the beat.
Okay.
So it's really just the passion and all that for me, and the energy. So I don't feel like, and to be honest, like when it comes to the auto-tune and all that, I'm trying to get kind of, like mix a little bit into that now, like get into the auto-tune, do a little 1, 2 here and here, but
Yeah. And, I feel like with this interview here, we don't need to, go back into the whole Jane and Finch story and everything like that, right?
Yes.
Like we covered that in the first interview.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Tap into the first interview for the audience who it'll pop up on the screen there in the corner.
I lie.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But like one thing we did discuss in the last interview, the honey cocaine time.
Yes.
We had an extensive conversation about her beginnings and everything like that. Since that interview, did you guys have any conversations?
No, I messaged her though.
Okay.
I messaged her. I'm like, yo, what up? Hope you still don't hate me.
Mm.
Simple like that, laugh it out loud, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
No, fam, there's a lot of things that, like, when I go through the YouTube space.
Yeah, but, you know, she, like, the thing with her and a lot of, like, my old artists, let's just say it like that, because a lot of people, like, don't understand that. Like, I feel like I'm one of the pioneers when it comes to underground music in the city, other than yourself and, you know, SARS and even mans like Infinite and certain mans and even GCP, seeing them man there. But the thing about it is, enough of these artists forget that they wouldn't even have a career without me.
Certified, bro. Yeah,
they wouldn't have, like, from Blocka to Honey to Gates to even, like, and I'm not gonna sit there and say I made anybody. I never did. I'm just one of the greatest inspirations to people. Like, I was inspiring people when I never even had much. You know what I mean? All of them were living in my apartment. They never had to pay for studio time. They never had to pay for videos. They never had to pay for nothing, interviews, nothing. I was doing everything for them. See, and now what happened is when the 420 shit happened, everybody just go on, like, they forget who Billy is, you know?
And we're going to touch on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because weirdly enough, we didn't touch on that on the first interview.
I know. I realized that after the fact. I'm like, I'm surprised I didn't get asked that question. But
you know what? I'll pat myself on the back. I wasn't sick at doing interviews as I am now. You know what I'm saying? So
you say you're different now.
Now we do something different. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I'm there digging through the YouTube, bro. And I found a Toronto Rappers interview from back in the days.
Yes.
Okay.
We're actually we're the first people on Toronto Rappers doing it.
Yeah.
Me, Charlie, Blocka. Actually, that was before even Honey. That was before even Gates came on the team. Yeah, that was actually that Raw Hustle and Raw Hype was on Certified at that time.
Okay, before I ask the Toronto Rappers question, what was the inspiration the inspiration to starting Certified and you just being a label guy rather than just being an artist?
What happened is I'm sitting in Don Jail, 2006, 2007's going on now, and I'm still there. And I'm like praying to the Most High, like, yo, God help me get out of this shit, my nigga. If you help me get out of this shit, I'll never do crime again. I'll try something different. And I always love music. You know, I always love music or whatever. My mom's a music teacher. You know, I used to grow up and seeing music instruments around the house and shit, metronomes, like, you know, I used to be playing with it. My mom's like, don't play with that, you know?
Yeah.
So music's always been my bones, but the thing is, like, like, where was I going?
Starting a label, because there's one thing to want to be an artist, but to, like, say, okay, well, I want to also be the guy who runs the label.
Yeah, so I'm in jail now and I'm praying to God, like, yo, if you help me get out of this shit, like, I won't go back to crime. I'll do something. Because I knew I had influence. You know, I was going viral before there was viral, you know. I was all over the news for the launcher shit, other little shit. So when I was in there, I'm like, yo, God, please get me out of this. And for some reason, I end up realizing I'm about to beat my trial. See, and when I actually beat my trial now, I came out and the first thing I did was I went to a business marketing class.
Okay.
And that's how I met Glaze.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I know Glaze. So I even know Glaze before I signed Charlie and everybody else that came after, you know?
Okay.
So that's what made me say, you know, like, yeah. So in 2008, when I came out, I started, I did the school thing. Still couldn't really do much because you just come out of jail. So I had to do probation too, seeing, because I beated most of the like serious charges, but they still kind of stuck me with 1, 2 like reckless storage of a firearm because I had my license and certain things, but you can't store firearms a certain way. You can't even have certain firearms. I'm not even supposed to have a launcher. That's a class 3 weapon. See, and license or not. See, but
fucking rocket launcher, bro.
I was just a bad youth, bro. I just like, if I'm gonna be bad, I'm gonna be the baddest.
Bro, okay. We're past the stats.
You know?
Right? We're past the stat of limitation.
Yes, yeah.
Way past the stat.
Yeah, wait. I got my pardon and everything. I'm good.
How the fuck do you get your hands on a rocket launcher, my G? Shout out to our sponsors, Astro Pink, always coming with that loud. Check them out on their website, myastropink.com, or you can hit them up on Instagram at astro_pink. If you know, you know.
I had a link and a nigga just randomly came and was like, yo.
Like, what is that? What does it look like when you're like, the man opens the box and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, literally. It's literally like that. Like a crane and the man's like, yo. Well, going on, I'm like, yo, and me being the type of nigga I was, I'm like, yo, nobody has this.
Of course not.
You know, like, yeah, let me see niggas try it now. But not like niggas are trying me, but it's like, you know, it's just, when you're in the streets and you live in a certain life, and to be honest, I was just getting ahead of myself in the sense of like, I was doing certain things and I felt like I had to go extra just to protect myself and to show niggas that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Respect.
Okay.
Respect.
So, continuing now, even back with the Toronto Rappers interview, right?
Yes,
that was from like 13 years ago. Mm-hmm. And you know, you have the label Certified going on. Even from back then, like you were already moving in that direction, right?
Yeah. Well,
at the Toronto Rappers interview, like you had other rappers with you at the time.
Yeah, no, I had a whole bunch of rappers, but even before I got arrested, to be honest, I was kind of, what was happening is I was actually, I turned the trap into a studio. And man's like Jay Stacks, Page, used to come through the studio before, you know, those guys, like before Page got to certain levels, you know?
Yeah.
See, and so I've been there's been a little part of me that like, yeah, I need to start a studio. And I rapped it here and there and I did my little thing, but I just seen myself as like you know, like a SUGE or one of them type of guy, like a lady, you know, but without the fuckery, you know what I mean?
Yeah, without throwing people off balconies.
Yeah. So, although I did certain things in the label, I'm telling you, I did, bro, there's certain, I'm telling you, fam, bro, matter of fact, I should probably even take a time right now and shout out Genius and apologize to Genius, because Genius.
The DJ?
No, because we had an engineer and a producer named Genius.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, like even Charlie and them could tell you, yo, those man them could even leave the studio without music being done. Like I'd have to pull on my burner, like, yo, no one's leaving. Like, cause I was on some, you know, like, I was.
You were wilding.
Yeah, I was wilding because I was halfway in, halfway out, and even though I came out saying I'm gonna change my life and do certain things, I still realized I had to move a certain way because I was still in the streets.
Yeah,
you know, I was still living certain places, still, you know.
You told a story in that Toronto Rappers thing. You just mentioned Page. You said, what's that? You told a crazy Page story back in that day, bro. Right?
Which one?
Some story about some chain snatching or something.
Yeah, that's what I heard, because the man were asking me, so I'm like, yo, that's what I heard. Like, you know, that's all.
I'm not trying to get mixy.
No, it's all good. But at the time, you see, what was happening is, on the time I was on the come up, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I knew I was about to take the game to a next level because nobody in the city was making music. No one even had their own studio. No one had their own camera crew. No one had their own merch. No one was doing none of that. And when I decided I was going to do it now, what I even did differently, I started getting artists from every part of the hood. I mean, every part of the city, different hoods. Even sometimes hoods that are beefing with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Page used to do little certain things. I remember one time he linked me, and I know he had someone in the background when he's talking to me on the phone, you know, but whatever, we had a little 1-2 words, but them man, they always help them. That's the thing with people, with me and people. I'm always helping people, and people always turning around trying to snake me and shit, and it's just like,
that don't make no sense.
So it's not even like me and him had beef or nothing, it's just, he was doing some little sneaky shit, and then worse what was happening with him and Drake and then certain shit. So when I was asked the question, I was like, so that's what I heard, you know what I mean? And you know, and it was a thing still. Like, man, them did take his thing, but hey, he's gonna have to tell that story, you know?
Well, even like I asked that to ask for somebody who's been a vet, who's been in the game back in the days to now, right? What's some of the differences you see with the way that the Toronto game moves back then to the way it moves now? Because we got social media now.
That's what it is. That's one of the biggest, although we had social media back then too, because when there was Ustream, we were doing lives before there was lives. We were on live Ustream. Charlie was rapping, Gina's there making a beat, and we're all on Ustream getting hundreds of people per hour just watching us and all that. So the thing that changes just social media, but also these young youths, enough for them, they're trying to follow the Chicago wave, the drill wave, that's New York wave, like. And Toronto's not really built like that. It's different. Toronto, we don't do things just for everybody to know. We do things that you don't even want people to know you did it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everybody that's what they're glorifying. You know what I mean? So I think that's the big difference right now still.
Yeah, man. It's a crazy thing, fam. And even like like with the whole back then and now, right?
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the shit is the same. Like we mentioned in the beginning, like you had a fucking rocket launcher. These kids are doing the same shit now.
They're doing it, but it's like, because that's the thing. Everybody has access now because the pipeline is busted all the way open.
Yeah.
You remember back when Toronto was the year of the gun and certain things. Even you're doing, I was watching the Duddas thing, and even the Duddas thing you're doing one day. I watched that same Jamaican Shower Posse thing because I have that's my family for real.
Okay.
So, and I know even some of the Versace youths, I know them, shout them out.
Yeah, salute to them.
Enough mans don't know this city is, everybody can have access, but it was different back then to now. Now niggas have access to a lot of I don't want to say fake burners, but it's real burners, but it's like switches, kind of like what they have in the States.
The ghost guns and
they're
all
like,
that shit.
they're like altered. There's a lot of that in the city right now. A lot. See, and so, you know,
that's crazy.
I think that's the difference.
That's crazy, fam. And okay, there's one thing that we didn't talk about last time.
What?
That 420 thing that everybody, like, I've seen videos on fucking YouTube, people trying to get at you for it, all types of shit. Just to clear it up for the people then.
Yes.
What was that whole thing? Citizens arrest, all that fucking things that were getting thrown around about that. What was that all about?
The man just got disarmed, fam. People get disarmed every day, B.
So what, did the man jump at you on that?
No, what happened is, okay, I'm gonna give you a little context. A lot of people don't know, is like, I know the youth too. That's the funniest thing. I know dude, and like a week or so before that, a little altercation happened, and he got draped up a little bit. And I guess he felt away. So now fast forward to the 420, he sees me and everybody there, but Charlie's there performing. We're doing our thing because we're there doing our music thing.
Salute cousin Charlie.
At this point, we're like public figures, or we're trying to, we're not street niggas. We're not in the streets. Yeah. But anyways, so this nigga now starts flipping out at some random lady that's across from us, and then I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? So I start laughing. So he comes and he's like, oh, yo, watch, I soon come back. Comes back, and I'm like, the minute I see him come back, I'm a nigga that, as much as I'm not in the streets, I know I'll go on. So I see him come back, and I'm like, yo, I'm not even gonna give this nigga a chance. So, but before I even said nothing, Genius jumped on him and started, seeing there. So I'm there grabbing him now, and I'm trying to choke out this youth now, and all types of things. 2 more people jump in, start holding him down now. And next nigga's holding him down with a stick. See, a next
like
nigga,
actual, like a
stick? Like a cane that he had. A man is there
crazy.
Holding him down with a cane. See, and a whole bunch of shit. Seeing man get disarmed. Man try to turn it into some, Yeah. But me, I look at that as my redemption. In a sense that the shit I've done in the streets and where I could have been and where I'm at now, when I seen that situation, and I'm like, yo, this guy's an idiot. And then when Genius actually got the gun out the man's hand, and Genius actually tried to pull the trigger and realize it's empty, I'm like, my nigga, put that shit down. This guy's an idiot.
Yeah, he's wild.
So I'm like, my nigga, you come to 420 where there's beer boy them already there, because no one called the boy them's already there.
Yeah.
It's a march. The news cameras are already there. And you come there with an empty burner to pull out, you're a waste, you.
Yeah.
See? So if people want to look at that and call it whatever, call it whatever.
Fam, from what I seen on the camera, I from what you explained, I feel like I seen that on camera too. Like, you can't really pull out a burner and done that square. You're not going to get too far, fam. It's just not going to happen, fam. You know what I'm saying? Besides the boy them that are on location, there's bare undies that are like fucking ready to swoop and do the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Give you a cross check.
And it's downtown. It's the square where they're trying to, that's their prime real estate.
Yeah.
That's like where that shit happened with Duck in the Gold Coast or whatever of Chicago. It's real estate.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm glad you cleared that up, King.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One thing I was listening to also when you were in your new album, right?
Yeah.
You said most people are lizards. You believe in the reptilians, bro?
Yeah, they ain't thinking like the rest of us, you know?
I was having a conversation with Dusty, salute to Dusty Wallace.
Yes, salute Dusty,
right? And salute to Naeem too. We were doing a YouTube live and I asked that same question. And he was like, yes. And Naeem was like, I don't know.
Yeah, we ain't alone on this planet, fam. If people don't know that.
Like, explain to me this, right? And this is probably going to be the part of YouTube that gets demonetized because they don't like conspiracy theories.
They don't like it, but hey.
I want to know what the people who believe in the reptilians believe, fam.
No, it's not even just only reptilians. It's just a lot of, there's all types of beings in this earth. We're not the only beings, man. That's just what it is. I could go, if we even get in that topic, that's a whole next topic. But yeah, there's people that, you know, even the people that run this government, you know what I mean? The shadow government or whatever you want to call them, you know?
Yeah.
We look at, okay, perfect example. You guys don't believe me? Look at Biden.
Okay.
Just check out Biden. If he's not the reptilian, he's talking to one beside him that we can't see. You know, see how much time the man turned around in the interview when he's done on stage like, yo, who you shaking hands with?
You don't think it's just his dementia and shit?
No, but you see, that's the thing. What they tell us about dementia, there's more to it because dementia and certain things, it's a form of almost like, not schizophrenia, but it's a form of, you know what I mean? When you get to certain, like, it's not possession, but what's the word I'm looking for?
It's something mental. It's a mental disorder.
Yes, definitely. It is, but it comes from certain type of spirits. See, and that becomes people after a life of whatever, or, you know? Yeah. so there's, I believe we ain't the only beings, man. I know that for a fact, you know?
Yo, fam, you're not going to be the last person I ask this question to, trust me. Yeah. Because I've been hearing it popping up in rhymes lately, and I'm like, okay, there's something that needs to be examined a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things, man. A lot of things. Even look at what's going on in the earth. Look at what's going on in society. A lot of things ain't just. Remember 10 years ago how things were compared to now.
Yeah,
it's not the same.
This is the fact.
Yeah,
so. Even with the lockdown, the pandemic that happened. How did that affect you? Like, I know a lot of people were affected in different ways. How about yourself? Like over that year.
To be honest, that showed me, society is like heading down that path that they always talk about in like the Bible and in certain ancient books where they talk about, the end times. They're gonna, diseases and wars and rumors of wars, and they're gonna give everybody the vaccine and all these type of shit. And then look at it now, 2 years later, or how much years later, they want to tell you, oh yeah, vaccine wasn't even working. We didn't need it. So what about all the people that they fired, or that, you know what I mean, that they talk down to because they weren't having it or they weren't ready.
Yeah. Nah, fam, it's been a lot of eye-opening things that we've learned over the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying?
They've been lying, bro. Look how they come out and tell us now what? NASA, there's aliens. They declassified bare little shit being like, yo, here.
There's aliens?
Yeah, you never knew?
Glaze was like,
Yeah.
yo, whoa.
Yeah, man, NASA or whatever, they declassified some documents like a year or so ago.
Okay.
And they're like, yeah, there's actually aliens, there's actually UFO, there's actually unidentifiable objects, you know?
Burns, you're fucking starting to creep me out now.
Well, yo,
I actually
it's the
felt my
world
heart
we in,
jump
bro.
this
It's the
now.
world we in, my nigga. It's the world we in, broski. It's the world we in.
Oh, man. Okay, so
Yeah.
even with the world, or our scene even here,
Yeah.
what do you see for our Toronto scene in the next 5 years?
It depends. It depends on a lot of things. If Toronto takes the same road as like the States, a lot of niggas are gonna either dead or, you know, Toronto's gonna become like how the States is.
Yeah.
And the music scene might profit a little bit, but the economy, I mean the community and all that ain't gonna profit.
Yeah,
so
they're gonna suffer.
Yeah, they're gonna suffer. So I feel like in 5 years, it depends, man. Yeah, it could go any way. But I think it might change a little bit because there's people in the world that's tired of the fucker, right? There's, you know, even the real street niggas that come from the street that's like, bro, I don't want my youths growing up and have to worry about certain lifestyle when I work so hard to get out of that lifestyle. Why am I gonna try to glorify it and put other people in it? You know?
Yeah. No, real talk, fam. And one of my last questions I have here, right? For somebody who's been in the game for a space of time, you know what I'm saying? You've been able to see the Toronto scene evolve. You've evolved as a person, right?
Yeah.
What's one thing that you wish you knew when you were younger, Billy Burns, that you wish you knew that you know now?
Should have made probably should have made all the artists I work with, probably make them pay their way. We give something to someone for free, they don't appreciate it as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure they could tell you right now, like, the game ain't easy. It ain't. Seen worse when you're independent and you're trying to walk a certain line because, you know, like, I've gotten offers for deals. I've gotten certain things, but because I'm trying to walk a certain line, you know what I mean? If I don't control the energy or if I don't control certain things, yeah, I don't want to do it, you know, because then they're going to tell me how they want me to move, you know what I mean? So, yeah, if I knew back then, if I knew what I knew now, I would have just been doing what I was doing. Not saying I regret anything per se, but it's just like, when I look back, I'm like, yeah, you know, like, maybe I should have made people, you know, treat people the same way, but made them pay their way because people would respect, maybe they'd have put their effort more in the sense of they'd respect it more, you know what I mean? Because they would have understand loss and all them thing there, you know? So,
yeah. Nah, man, that's a jewel right there, man. Billy Burns, man.
Yeah, man.
Billy Burns came to drop the jewels.
Yeah, bro. This, you know.
I'm really glad that we got to catch back up here and get an update from you, fam.
All right.
What you got coming up next, man, for 2023 as we're getting into
Actually, we got a lot of shit coming up, actually. We're on this wave. We're about to do this, like, shout out Surf Society. It's a little non-profit organization thing we have. And what we're doing is we're doing, you know, like, youths could get their gun license now.
Okay.
We're showing youths how to get their gun license. You could go to the gun range. You know what I mean? Do shit the right way so you can actually, January we're launching that. I'm doing a compilation. So Glaze gonna be on that. Nina's gonna be on that.
Dope.
Certified compilation. Just more music, man. More music, you know, more traveling. In the starting of the year, I'm probably gonna make 1-2 moves, you know. Try to go Europe, you know what I mean? Tap in Germany and in UK and, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Billy Burns in the motherfucking building. Y'all know where to find him on Instagram. It's Billy Burns Official, right?
Billy Burns Official, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, we're official out here.
I'm gonna take us out with some Kill Drill, man.
I like Kill Drill.
Let's do this. And
you
big
know
salute,
that drill kill.
Yeah, man. And big salute to our sponsors, Astro Pink. If you know, you know.
Shout out
Check
Astro.
them out on their website, myastropink.com, and Instagram, astro_pink. Let's Kill Drill with this motherfucker. Let's go.
Who the fuck